Hi guys, Dan Cooper here from Pro Tools Expert, and I've got myself a copy of ADX Speech Volume Control, named SVC for short, by Audionamix. And as always, thanks to our friends over at Plugin Boutique for sorting us out a copy for this review. ADX SVC is a plugin that gives us a form of volume control back for dialogue recordings that need bringing forward from background noise. So let's say you have a speech recording done on a DSLR microphone and the environment in which it was recorded was very noisy, then ADX SVC could be the solution in cleaning up that recording. So I've got this recording that I did at NAMM 2016, and it was done with two SM58 microphones, one on me and one on the person that I was interviewing.
That means literal heavy force machine, or the meaning is gravity machine.
Now it was very noisy on the show floor, and that's why I used a 58 on me and a 58 on Michael from Teagler Audio. However, a lot of that noise still come down the microphone, and this is completely unprocessed. So let's use ADX SVC to try and clean that up a little bit. And all we've got to do is hit acquire and play through.
That means literal heavy force machine, or the meaning is gravity machine.
And it says here, data required, choose separation options and press separate. And these are the separations on the right hand side here. Now at the top we've got high quality. Select that and we're going to get a better result. However, it's going to take slightly longer for the whole process to happen. We've got reverb, select that, and ADX SVC will also remove some reverb. So if you're in a larger space like a hall, it'll help to dry up the source, that being the dialogue. HF Boost is going to help to retain the presence of a voice but sort of turn down any high-pitched whistly noises you might have in the background. And AVAD, which is short for Automatic Voice Activity Detection, have that on, and the plugin will only separate when there's speech. So this sort of stays on all the time, if I'm honest. I haven't used it any other way. Now, you've probably noticed these two faders in the middle, one called speech, one called background. These are really the main controls. So the whole point of this is that now we've acquired the audio, we now select our separation option. So I'm going to go for high quality on this one, and then I'm going to click separate. And whilst it's working through that, I'll talk about these faders. And the whole point is that we'll be able to turn down the background noise or increase the speech, that is the dialogue. And over on the left-hand side, we've got these speech settings. And that works in relation to this pitch range at the bottom here. So what we can do, as we've got male vocals here for saving time, we can hit this button here where it says default, and it changes our pitch range here to female, male, child, and back to default. So let's put it on male, and let's stick this on loop and hear how it performs.
That means literal heavy force machine, or the meaning is
turn the background down.
That means literal heavy force machine, or the meaning is gravity machine. That means literal heavy force machine, or the meaning is gravity machine.
Let's increase the speech.
That means literal heavy force machine, or the meaning is gravity machine. That means literal heavy force machine, or the meaning is gravity machine. That means literal heavy force machine, or the meaning is gravity machine.
It's pretty good. Let's try this on another example. And for this example, this was recorded on a DSLR microphone, so a Canon 80D, and these microphones always sound a bit rubbish, if I'm honest, really hissy and noisy. So let's have a little listen. Now the other thing I don't like about this amp is this little switch we have next to the master volume. Now I've already done the acquiring and separate process exactly as I did before, and I've got the speech settings, so the pitch range, set to male again because it's my voice. And let's stick it in loop and bring the background down. Now the other thing I don't like about this amp is this little switch we have next to the master volume. Now the other thing I don't like about this amp is this little switch we have next to the master volume. Now the other thing I don't like about this amp is this little switch we have next to the master volume. And bypass. Now the other thing I don't like about this amp is this little switch we have next to the master volume. Now the other thing I don't like about this amp is this little switch we have next to the master volume. Oh, I'm quite impressed. So what are my final thoughts on ADX SVC by Audionamix? Now this is the type of plugin that will save your bacon at some point. It is a get out of jail free card, especially for you DSLR guys out there like myself or anyone that's working in post. I think it does a really good job of getting rid of the mess that sometimes happens in audio recording. And it's priced quite competitively. However, I don't think it's going to be one of those sort of plugins that you're going to go out and buy immediately. It's going to be one of those plugins that you're going to buy when you really need it. And you have two choices. You can either buy the license outright, or you can rent it for $20 for 2 weeks, which is really reasonable. Now, what's nice about this, I think it's quite a cool little addition, is that there is automation in this, where we can ride the faders, if you will, on the speech or background. It's great. So if you work in post or you mix a lot of dialogue, and the next time you end up with some below average audio, think of this next time, because it might just help you out. Anyway, hope you guys got something from that. Let us know your thoughts on ADX SVC by Audionamix in the comments below. I've been Dan from Pro Tools Expert, and thanks for watching.